Good day, YouTube. This is J Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just a kind of a different video here today on the ETF. I don't really do a whole lot of ETFs outside of some of the MJ ones that I've done. But this is a ETF QQQ that I've had. So you can't get any simpler than that. It's the Invesco QQQ. Here's a look at what they've done over the last year. So I have some of this in a retirement, and I would have to look and see. I want to say it's 30 to 50% return, I think, since I've had it. So, but in the past year, it's up 5.58%. The last 3 months, it's actually down 11.74%. In the last month, down over 6%. Down over 2% in the last week, and here's what it's looking like today. So I have a partial share here in Robinhood. We'll go over that here in a moment. It's one of the nice things about Robinhood. You can buy partial shares. You can also on Schwab. I'm not sure about TD or Fidelity, if you can buy partial shares there or not, but you can here on Robinhood and Schwab. So this tracks a modified market cap-weighted index of 100 NASDAQ listed stocks. We'll go over that in a moment. Been around since 1999. And here's the sectors that it's in. Some of my favorites, some of the favorites in growth. So technology, of course, utilities, consumer defensive, financial services, communication. I've talked about quite a few times. It's got great holdings here. Apple being number one, that's probably my biggest return. And I have all of these stocks individually. Apple and Microsoft being the most aggressive. I think my return on those is over 200%. Amazon. I have Nvidia. I just did a video on it yesterday. Tesla got a pretty good return, although it is down right now. And I just started buying some partial shares in Alphabet, Google. And I did a video a while back that is going to be splitting in July. So for every, I think it's a 20 to 1. So every share you have of Google, after it splits, you'll have 19 more. So you'll have a total of 20 instead of one share. And of course, Broadcom and PepsiCo. So, and of course, Pepsi's better than Coke. So I don't know about the stock. I have both, and just stating my opinion on the drink. So, here's the expense ratio. So not too much. Volume on this one is 23 million. Average is 77 million. So that's a little bit lower. The 52-week low is 297.45, and the high is $408.71. So it all depends on this list of 10. Their up and down volatility in regards to how the Qs do. And this one gives a dividend. So you can see I'm getting rich here, but it is a partial share, remember. Oh, well, I must have had $3 left over and just threw it at the Qs, so that's kind of funny. I'm sure everybody's going to laugh at that. I thought I had more into it. I didn't even pay attention, but I am getting a penny, so maybe in someday that will turn into 2 cents after probably a year or two if I don't dump any more money into this one. But as you can see, I have a 36% return on this one, so even after dumping the $3 in it, I've made $1.08. So, but enough about that. And here's a little bit more information about the Qs. We'll go over that more in depth here in a moment. Here's their actual article that I found. What kind of gave me the idea on why to do this particular video. So, but we can click into it here. So here's their outlook, key highlights. Equities performed well in 2021 despite many headwinds with Qs. NAV returning 23.19%. So I mean, you can't complain about that at all. So Yeah, you can get better returns, but you can also get less. But anybody who complains about a 23% return, so is either greedy or, I don't know. Don't have a word for them. I'll just keep it to myself. So, but the market faced challenges in 2021, despite the many uncertainties that were present. Equities performed well for the year, and the S&P index up 24.73%. So, like I said, I've had the Qs for a couple years, and you get a dividend, and it's been a major growth. So, here's the unemployment rate back in May when everybody was off. And as you can see, it just continually keeps going down. So that's a positive in regards to this pandemic. So we were just in another mask mandate, and that just ended yesterday. So thank God for that one. So get through that. I didn't wear a mask, but they still wanted you to, but that ended. So not to get into that discussion, but driving deeper into the Q's performance, information technology, communication services, and consumer staples were the best performing sectors in the Q's. Information technology return of 38.25% accounted for 64% of the ETF's 23% return, and was the largest contributor of the Q's performance differential versus the S&P 500. Looking at individual companies, Moderna was the best performer, returning 182%. I wish I would have bought some of that now, but I bought Pfizer instead. But following by Nvidia, which returned 113%. Nvidia has just been on a tear the last year, so I'm looking to purchase more Nvidia here in the future. So, and Marvel Technology returned 77%. I'm not sure what Marvel is. I don't think that's Marvel as in the characters, Stan Lee and all that, but I'm not sure what Marvel is. Have not heard of that one, so maybe I'll have to look into that with that kind of a return. Concerns around inflation were at the forefront of investors' minds during the second half of the year, as the market saw year-over-year CPI readings not seen since the early 1990s and early 1980s. Consumer Price Index, here's the change. Of course, the dip there in June of 2020, and then just kind of started taking off. So 2021 also saw a rise in interest rate, with the 10-year U.S. Treasury rising at 1.40% from 0.91%. So and of course, this lovely word is always going to have an impact on a lot of this and cause some volatility. So the 2022 Outlook, Invesco recently released its 2022 investment outlook, and contains the base case for how the markets might perform next year. If you want to trade a triple inverse against or for the market, you can do SQQQ and TQQQ. I'm not going to go into those on this video, but just an idea you can leave in the comments if you've ever traded those in the past. So one goes up when the markets goes up, and one goes up when the markets go down. So you can play with the markets going up or against them. So first and second largest sector in the Qs is information technology, having a weight of 50.79%, communication services with a weight of 17.73%, compared to the S&P 500. Q's IT exposure is 21.87% higher, while communication services is 7.44%. So I liked all the sectors that this one is into, communication, IT, everything that's going to drive the stock price up. So you can kind of see here, Invesco 50.79 in regards to the S&P index. So, and this is the only one that the Qs didn't beat. Healthcare, yeah, you can say what you want about that. But overall, you can see Qs are kicking butt here in IT, so I don't have a whole lot of ETFs. This is one that I do have that I do like, so you can see it's 100% stocks, no bonds, consumer cyclical, a little bit of financial services, a lot of communication services, and a lot of technology. So that is why I like this one. It is aggressive. As you can see, all of these companies are fairly aggressive in the stock market as well. And like I said, I have each one of these individually. Wanting to buy more of NVIDIA, and definitely looking at more Alphabet, because that is going to be splitting again. So in July, I'll link that video in the description. So over here on StockTwits, currently at $350.81, low of $297.45, high of $408.71. So it's kind of in the middle. So if you're looking to get into this one, dollar cost average into it, you could do that, but don't take my word for it. I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, just stating my opinion. Why do most of you overthink everything? Buy the dip. Buy the beeping dip. So a lot of people like SPY. I haven't really looked at that one. I do not have that one, but I do have the Qs. So Q is for Queef. Oh my. Never know what you're going to run into on this, so this is awesome. Over here on MSN Money, no ratings, and neither on tip ranks, so probably because it's an ETF, but here is the price chart, so you can kind of see the action going on. So, but if you have Qs, go ahead and list that in the comments. Just a little bit different video here. I haven't really done any ETFs all that much, so just thought I would throw this out there and see who actually has this one. And if you have any of those stocks that are listed individually in the Qs, you can list those as well. So I've done videos, I believe, on all of these before. Maybe not Adobe. I have a little bit of PayPal and just a little bit of Adobe, but no videos on those. So, but like I said, if you haven't smashed the like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is Jay Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.